Hey guys, it's Sci-Fi here. I just wanted to go over a quick topic on how you can add your highlights to your starting student scene or your BR back screen or B-Right back screen. This idea came to me from Empress Uni. She gets full credit for giving me the inspiration. I then did some research on the easiest and more simplistic way of implementing it and making it usable. But if you ever wanted to just add your best moments, your top highlights, your clips to basically a player that'll play at the beginning of your stream or on your when you're taking a break, or if you're during an ad break, they can be something that can play while you're stepping away, so you don't have to be there actively watching it. This is a guide for you. It's extremely simple to set up. The only thing you really need to pre-set up is that you need to install the VLC media player. It's a very simple media player you install on your local machine. You can use it to watch any different type of media file. I think it handles most media types that I've seen, but it's a very simple, lightweight player, super helpful. Overall, it's a great product on its own. However, what we're using for is it automatically adds an extension to OBS Studio. Also, this works for Stream Elements OBS if you're using that combined version. If you're using Streamlabs, I'm not sure if this works for Streamlabs. I haven't tested it. I haven't used it in many years, so I'm not sure if it works in that client. But check if it's there. You can use it. If it's not, I do apologize. The other part you'll need to know is you need to get your clips and you need to save them locally to a folder that you're going to store your best moments so they're ready to play on a playlist. So if it's a clip or a highlight that you created to or it's a highlight that you've made, you actually have a download option in Twitch when you're looking at your highlight, and you can pull that down and just save it into your folder. So you'll notice here that I have a folder that I call stream highlights, and in this folder I have all of my top moments. I've got about 35 different clips that it can rotate through, and it'll kind of just pick one to start on, and then it'll just keep going through this list randomly as it shuffles it for me and kind of find a clip to show them. So you do the same thing. The one note regarding taking clips, if you're trying to take a clip that someone else made that you like collabed with or you were part of, you can use a site like Winsea. Again, these sites are changing all the time because sometimes they go down, other ones come up. But basically, there are plenty of sites or resources, including extensions for your browser, that you can use to pull down a clip from Twitch or a highlight and then add to your folder, rename it, adjust it. The one big note in terms of your highlights that I'm still learning and adjusting for, I had a few that I wanted to edit and shorten, so I put them into an editor and then I redid them, and during the re-rendering process, it changed the resolution, which changes the size it shows on the screen. Very important that whichever workflow you decide to do for your highlights and your clips, do the same thing for all of them. They need to be the same resolution. Otherwise, what happens is that on your preview, they keep jumping in size as it changes resolution because you scale it to where you want it to be, but it's also changing as the resolution of the file switches. So pick a resolution, lock it. You can kind of get around this by locking the preview. When you lock the preview, it does prevent most of them from shifting, but there are still some that it can't stop and they still shift it. So locking the preview is like a workaround if you've already made that mistake, but don't make that mistake. Keep all of your clips and highlights the same resolution at the same format, and it'll keep it nice and neat and stop it from being an issue. To set this up, once you've downloaded the VLC player, you've installed it, just close and relaunch OBS or Streamlabs OBS, and when you right click in your sources, you'll see a new option for under add that's literally just called a VLC video source. You add that, you give it a name. I'll call mine test. I already have one here to show you, and this is what you'll see. You'll get some options here. You're basically going to tell it to loop the playlist, tell it to shuffle the playlist if you want it to be in random. If you actually want to be in full control and set the order, you can do that, but then every time you start your stream, or every time you go to break, it's going to literally start back at 1. Also, when here, you don't want to tell it to, if you wanted to start the very first clip every time, you can tell it to restart. Otherwise, I like to do pause when not visible, unpause when visible. This kind of like keeps the place, so as your stream goes on and you take multiple breaks for multiple BRBs throughout the night, it will keep pausing, and then the next time you take a break, it'll just continue with the last clip you left off on and jump into the very next one that it finds. So it kind of like keeps it moving versus having to, instead of playing just like the same 3-minute clip set, you're having a bigger pool to pull from, and you're randomizing whatever's going, and you're continuing that history versus having to do the same 4 clips in the beginning every time. On your playlist, you literally just hit plus, you pick your directory. So again, you can add files individually here. Rather than it, I feel like long term, it's way better just to add directory, and then you add the folder where you're saving all your files to. So in my case, they all go to Twitch highlights. So I just add the one directory path. Once they're in that one directory path, you click OK, and it'll start playing them. So again, I'm going to get rid of this one because I already have it set up. The one that I have set up, you'll see it playing for the test right here. Let me move this away from there. Oh, because you won't see it. Sorry, it's going to look a little blurred, but basically you see it played up there. But if you take a quick glance at my starting student scene, I have it playing right here. And then on my BRB scene, it plays again right there. So it's just something extra you can add to it. All right, so we're back on the main scene. So by default, you're not going to be able to hear the volume of your highlights, which means you won't know how loud they are to the audience. You can change this by clicking. You'll see it added to your audio mixer as the same name as the VLC media source. You want to go to Advanced Audio Properties, and then from here, you'll see the same entry again. You can switch it to monitor and output or monitor only. This will let you hear how loud it sounds, and that'll kind of help you scale it down. If you are taking the extra step and doing editing on all these clips and trying to make them as small or compact as they can be, to see if you're using a software to do it versus just Twitch, take the time to balance the audio levels to the same level and equalize all the audio. That'll help keep it more of a consistent sound for your viewers, because if you have one clip that's a little older that you were really loud, or you don't have the same filters applied, or maybe you're using a different mic back then that sound may be very may be very dramatically different when playing your highlights on your BRB scene. So just keep that in mind. But you can have it set here to where you can monitor it, and then you can control the level here for the general sound of those clips. And that's kind of it. So then it just works. Then you have this nifty little extra player playing on your BRB and your BRB and your starting student scene, or even your ending if you want to, and just kind of like share some of your top moments with your stream. I hope that helps. If you have any questions or concerns, I stream every single week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on Twitch from 12 a.m. to 7 a.m. Eastern. And always stop by and ask me some questions. Always happy to help any way I can. I do plan on doing a couple more of these nitty guys as I learn tips and tricks and am getting back into the full swing of streaming. So I'm happy to share those with you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Links are down below if you want to follow me on Twitter or join my Discord community. Again, you can reach out there with any questions that you have, or if you have any issues with this, let me know. I'm happy to try to assist. Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Goodbye.